Dylan Dreiling leads things off for Hub City. Bottom of the first, and the first pitch from Valera. That's a heater at the knees. Strike one. 98 with the first pitch from the tall righty. And he dots a breaking ball at the knees. Slider at 90. Quickly 0-2 on Dylan Dreiling. Lefty hitting left fielder tonight awaits. And bounces the 0-2 foul up the first base side. We've already seen 3 of the 4 pitches that we will see today from the young 18-year-old Juan Valera. 0-2 again. Leave and a foul tip. Just caught a piece of it, and it banged off the leg of Brannon. Stays 0-2 on Dreiling. We'll get a fastball and a slider along with a sweeper and a changeup. 0-2 again. Heater runs outside. There's triple digits on the radar gun. 100 from Juan Valera. His last pitch before that was a 94-mile-per-hour changeup. The pitch. Strike 3 call. Dreiling knew it. He exits empty-handed. Halfway turned around to the dugout by the time Brannon received that pitch. The sweeper that broke in to the outside corner.
That is not your normal Dylan Dreiling at-bat to start the game. This is the number 18 prospect in the Red Sox system, and he has rocketed up talent boards throughout the past couple of years.
Right on right for Gutierrez, who stares at a first pitch ball. Number of reasons why Juan Valera would be where he is on these prospect rankings. Top 20 in the Red Sox org. The pitch. Breaking ball. Catches a piece. Slider on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Not only does he have electrifying stuff. The pitch. Upstairs. Just the fastball velocity alone would tell you that when he can already touch 100 here in the first inning. But he's only 18 years old. He's got a good build at 6'3", 205. The pitch. Skips in there. Just needs some polishing off before you might see him ascend the minor leagues straight to Fenway. The command is probably problem number 1. His 3-1. Slapped on the ground. Diving stop in the hole at short. Alcantara throws to first. Not in time. That was a dazzling play at short, and it was just a half step late against the fastest guy in the lineup tonight. Anybody else, and Alcantara has himself a web gem.
Gutierrez out in front of his slider, pulls it into the 5-6 hole, and his speed allows him to beat the throw. No Zanatello at short tonight. It's Alcantara instead. Kazan Zanatello has a better arm, and maybe that throw is there.
First pitch taken by Keith Jones. That's a strike on the outside half. Maybe a better throw, but not many shortstops are making the play that Alcantara just did. The pitch. That's hit hard up the middle. Diving stop at second. Flip to the bag in time for the fielder's choice. Framey De Leon flashes the leather. There's 2 outs for Arturo Diesel. Couple of hard-hit baseballs by Gutierrez and Jones. At short, Alcantara laid out into the hole. Just on the outfield grass, he knocked it down, got to his feet, and threw to first, not in time. That time, it was De Leon to his right with the diving stop. Before he got up, he bare-hand tossed it. First pitch. Diesel takes inside.
Simple rules of force. If you're throwing hard, any swing is going to send a ball to the fielders even more. Just want to get on them quick.
1-0. Slap through the right side. That got out of the infield in a hurry. Station to station. Jones at second, and Diesel's got a base knock here in the first. Rest of the leather back behind Juan Valera. Left to right in the outfield, Colby Johnson, Zach Earhart, and Nellie Taylor, who just picked up that base hit. Andy Lugo over at third. We've already seen the dazzling stops from Alcantara at short and De Leon at second with Albert Feliz at first. The young Brooks Brannon is behind the plate. The pitch. Breaking ball. That's in there for a strike. All of 38 combined years in this battery combo, Brannon and Valera. The pitch. Down and in. Ball and a strike to Casey Cook. Valera looks back at Jones and pitches. Way too thin a miss. Breaking ball in on the hands.
First baseman Feliz is the oldest infielder at 22.
A lot of young prospects in the field today for Greenville. The pitch. That's belted on the hole. First base side squeaks through. Wave around third for Jones. Here comes the throw. Cut off. Throw to third. Tag is dropped there. Diesel's in safely. And Casey Cook gives Hub City the lead. Bottom of the first with an RBI base hit through the right side.
Screamer after screamer off these Hub City bats. Valera, command's not been an issue. He's putting it in the zone. But the Spartanburgers have come up ready to swing.
They're at the corners for Glader Figueroa. Casey Cook back in the hit column after an overnight last night with a trio of Ks. Right on left, the deal. Way outside at 98. Pulled Brannon out of his crouch. Rocking the red gear on top of the all grays again today for Greenville. Navy caps. Hub City goes with the all whites. Pick off to first is a lazy throw over there. We've already seen what first and third can look like on the base paths for the Burgers in this series. They've tried a couple of steals from first that have allowed runners to score from third. The pitch. Bounced on the ground over to second. That should be easy for De Leon. He flips to the bag at second, and Cook is set down with the force. Not before Casey Cook drives home the game's first run on an RBI base hit that scored Keith Jones. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on in the bottom of the first for Hub City. We're through 1 here at Fifth Third Park. It's 1-0 Spartanburgers here on the Spartanburgers Radio Network.
The savings.
Nothing goes better with Spartanburgers baseball than an ice-cold beer from Budweiser of Spartanburg. Cheers to the Hub City Spartanburgers from Budweiser of Spartanburg.
First pitch to the top of the second is in tight to the righty Hudson White. DHing today for Greenville. Batting in a 1-0 Hub City lead. A pitch. There's a strike slider at the knees. Hub City struck for one on 3 hits in the bottom of the first inning. 1-1. Wait, and a miss. Huapayam at 94. White played catcher yesterday for Greenville. Had a base hit, a triple in fact, and he strikes out in the second, looking at a slider up in the zone. 3 straight strikeouts from David Davalillo. 1 out, nobody on for Andy Lugo. Lugo, another righty hitter for this Greenville squad, awaits and belts the first pitch he sees right back up the middle, base hit. Screamer at 107 off the bat. That ends the strikeout streak for Davalillo, who has put up Ks pretty easily to start the season. 19 of them through 3 appearances. Shakes off the first sign. Now he picks over to first. Diesel a few words after the tag applied to Andy Lugo. Davalillo deals home. First pitch swinging, scorched foul up the first base side. Clangs off the tarp that's been used a lot this week
by us.
Been on the field basically every day, it feels like, and every night. Oh, 1. Bouncer over to short. Hardy's got it. Up to second for 1. Cook to first. 6, 4, 3. Double play. And that is the end of the top of the second. Just like that. Single-digit pitch inning for David Davalillo, and he faces the minimum halfway through 2. 1-0 Hub City here on the Spartanburgers Radio Network.
If you want to hit a home run, picking a
Cruising into the bottom of the second here at Fifth Third Park after a 6-pitch top half of the inning. First pitch from Valera. That just missed the outside corner. Ball 1 to Julian Brock in the 7th hole. 6 to the plate. 1 came across in the bottom of the first for Hub City. The pitch. Bouncer over the head of the pitcher. Charging at second. De Leon grabs it and slings it for the first out. Brock retired on 2 pitches, brings up Esteban Mejia.
Both sets of batters know they're getting fastballs and know both pitchers can zone them. We are seeing aggressive approaches, early swings, and a lot of action.
First pitch. Fastball swung on and bounced short on the ground to third. Charging and throwing. That's an out from Lugo over to Feliz. 3 pitches, 2 outs in the bottom of the second. It is a stark contrast to what we saw in the first few innings last night. Remarkable number of 7, 8, 9 pitch at bats from the Spartanburgers against the lefty Hayden Mullins. First offering is a strike at the knees to Theo Hardy. Hardy calls time. He's mildly unimpressed at the latest strike call.
Yeah, I would be too. That was 100 miles an hour, and Theo Hardy's knees might be in the middle of his shins.
0-1. That's downstairs. A triple-digit fastball out of the hand of Valera. His issue was the big inning his last time out against the Winston-Salem Dash. The pitch. Fastball low again. And what Theo Hardy believes should be a 3-0 count is a 2-1 count. Gave up 5 in the third after a couple of zeros to start against the Dash. Altogether in that game, 4 2/3 innings pitched as Hardy gets one to hit and rockets it into right center field. That drops down a base hit. Good to see from a guy that was struggling a little bit to start his season here at IA. Hit right around 100 coming into the day, but he got a 90-mile-per-hour breaking ball over the heart of the plate and did not miss it.
That's a mistake from Brooks Brandon behind the plate. Hardy was uninterested in those knee-high 100-mile-an-hour fastballs.
Flip the order. First pitch to Dreiling. He checks his swing. Appeal down. No swing. Ball and no strikes on Dreiling, who was the only strikeout victim the first time through for Juan Valera. Pick off to first. Not in time. Valera, across those 4 2/3 innings against the Dash, gave up 9 hits and 7 runs with 6 strikeouts and 1 walk. Gave up 5 in the third and 2 more in the fifth before he was lifted without getting out of the inning. Another check on Hardy at first. Valera out of the Dominican Republic signed an international free agent deal. The pitch. Up and away. 2 balls, no strikes to Dreiling. And he did sign that deal when he was just 16 years old. April of 2023. 2-0. Foul back. Almost a bare hand snag from a fan a couple rows back. Clanged off the window of a sweep, bounced down to him. He went with the left hand and he just dropped it. Not a whole lot of seats and not a whole lot of blanket room out in left center either. The pitch. That's golfed out toward right center field. That drops down a base hit. Hardy's racing around second. He's to third. He gets the wave. The throw to the plate does not come. RBI double from Dylan Dreiling, and it's 2-0 Spartanburgers in the second.
Great aggressive base running from Theo Hardy, busting it off of first, speeding around third, and Chad Comer sees Nelly Taylor Jr. trip over his own feet in right center field. Nobody picks up the baseball cleanly, and Hardy can coast home.
Taylor and Earhart, right fielder and center fielder, converged for a conversation, it felt like, out there before they could get the baseball back in. Took a heck of a long time. First pitch to Gutierrez. That's a strike. Throw back to the mound, clangs off the glove of Valera. No damage done.
Dreiling's 4th Dreamfighter Homes double of the year.
After a great night last night, where he picked up his 3rd on a 3-for-5 evening. Pair of singles and an RBI double. He's got an RBI double already tonight. The pitch. That's slapped into shallow left center field. That's a base hit. Touches down to green grass. Throw from Johnson to the plate. That's errant. It goes to the backstop. And Gutierrez advances to second. RBI base knock for Gutierrez, who after a 1-for-8 start to the series has a pair of base hits already against Valera.
Valera's fastball has been electric. 100 multiple times throughout the first 2 innings, but the slider's not there. That was another breaking ball, middle, easy for Gutierrez to touch to left, just like he did in his first at-bat an inning prior.
Not hit all that hard, but found the soft spot, just past the infield dirt. Mound visit comes for Valera. Interesting assortment of characters out there on the mound. You got Bob Kipper, the pitching coach, who, after a night off last night, taking trips to the mound, where the assistant pitching coach, Andrew Sadowski, went out there for visits. Kipper's back out there, short sleeve hoodie on top of his gray uniform. The shortstop, Marvin Alcantara, went out there to the mound as well to join up with Brannon, the catcher, and the pitcher, Valera. Words spoken or done. Keith Jones digs in from the left side. Trying to keep this 2-out rally going for Hub City. It's an easy 3-pitch, 2 outs to start the inning, and now it's trouble. The pitch, downstairs. Ball and no strikes to Jones, who scored the first run of the game in the first. 3-0 Hub City on 6 early hits. Bottom of the second, 2 down. Gutierrez off of second base. And the 1-0. Races outside at 98. 2 balls, no strikes.
So here's where the control hurts Valera. He only has 6 walks on the year. He's not walking batters, but he can't hit the zone with the fastball, so he's forced to throw off speed down the middle.
2-0. Bouncer over into the hole at second. It squeaks through a base hit. Here comes Gutierrez. He's got wheels for days and scores without a throw. 4 straight 2-out base knocks and another run for Hub City, who leads it 4-0.
When you're seeing 100 outside the zone below your knees, then 92, a changeup down Morgan Street, looks like a balloon that's floating in there.
Here comes Arturo Disla, and the pitch. That's hit hard, but on the ground is short. Alcantara has it. He goes the long way for the final out of the second. 3 pitches, 2 outs, and after that, 4 straight base hits from Hub City, who goes for 3 runs on those 4 hits. No errors and 1 left on. We're through 2 here at Fifth Third Park. 4-0 Spartanburgers over the Drive on the Spartanburgers Radio Network.
Join Tyler Schubert on Bump and Run each Tuesday at 8 a.m. to catch up with Hub City Spartanburgers manager Chad Comer on Fox Sports Spartanburg 98.3, the radio home of the Spartanburgers. Now back to the game.
Back here at Fifth Third Park, top of the third inning as David Davalio pitches in a 4-0 lead. And his first offering to Albert Feliz is shot the other way. That's a leadoff base hit. It drops down in front of Keith Jones for a single to start the top of the third. Sarah Keim-Stallard from the AC Hotel joins us here in the booth for the top of the third. AC Hotel, we can see it here from the broadcast booth, Sarah, out behind left field. A new addition here to downtown Spartanburg Fifth Third Park, but let us know what's going on over at the AC Hotel these days.
Yeah, we're super excited at the AC Hotel to have Fifth Third Park and the Spartanburgers joining us. So, we have been there for about 7 years now, so excited to have some more to offer our guests, whether they're traveling locally or from out of town in the area.
The pitch home is bounced foul off the bat of the 9-hole hitter Framey DeLeon.
So we can see the hotel. My first question is, can the people in the hotel with rooms facing the ballpark watch the games from those vantage points?
There are about half of the rooms in the hotel that have the baseball view. So we have started to get multiple requests for guests checking in. Can I get a baseball view? So I would say it's a pretty good view from some of those top floors especially.
Are you upcharging on those?
We're working towards it. Yeah, I think we'll start to capitalize on it. But for now, we're just letting the guests who get lucky enjoy the game.
Get that right while you can over there on the baseball view rooms at the AC Hotel. Another wild pitch from David Davalio. He's had 2 skip away from Brock. And that's allowed Feliz to not only take second base, but also move over to third with nobody out here in the top of the third. What a lot of people have talked about when they've joined us here in the booth is all the development here in downtown Spartanburg. This ballpark, a part of a big project here in Spartanburg. What's it like for the AC Hotel to be a part of that, to be, right next door to all of this, adventure and new construction?
Yeah, it's truly, honestly, when I think about it, it seems magical almost. I remember opening day, just the energy in the hotel. We love having guests from local towns in Spartanburg, whether Woodruff or Inman, just visiting to grab a drink.
Beautiful barehand play at third by Esteban Mejia. Does allow the run to score on an RBI ground out from Taylor.
Yeah, we're just loving how much energy is in the hotel. We're especially loving activating our AC lounge, whether you're stopping in for a pregame cocktail or visiting us because our bar is open until midnight. So we're loving folks to stop by anytime before or after the game, but definitely exciting to be a part of this project.
Maybe I'm exposing my partner Ian here, but he was reading up on the signature cocktail, and I think he's intrigued.
I am intrigued. There's a lot that goes on in there, isn't there?
There certainly is a good bit with our Crescent, our signature cocktail, just kind of paying tribute to Hub City as the Spartanburgers do as well. It's definitely good. I would very much so recommend you give it a try.
Okay, do you mind reading off the ingredients list for anyone who might be listening and might not have had a chance to get to the bar yet?
Yeah, absolutely. So in our signature cocktail, the Crescent, we have a local heirloom vodka, we have a Bull Rush gin, some South Carolina rum, a triple sec, some bitters, and a little bit of a peach fizzy drink, topped off with some fresh mint. So it's a very refreshing drink and definitely pays a lot of tribute to some of the local alcohols in the area as well.
Another hustling play on the infield, that time a sliding stop from Casey Cook that sets down Nellie Taylor. Ian, you going to get one after the ball game tonight?
Are you coming with me?
I'll come for the vibes, just to witness you try it.
Andrew, we don't go until 4:35 tomorrow. There's time.
The pitch. That's in for a first strike to Zach Earhart. I'm sure the people at the AC Hotel will also get a good vantage point of the Friday night fireworks after the ball game tonight as well.
Yes, it was definitely a great view. There's some cool spots on the rooftop at level 10 as well that have the perfect view of the fireworks. So those guests are definitely taking full advantage of seeing the show. We try and let our guests know what's going on at the ballpark that evening as well.
So we went to hand out pocket schedules for the Spartanburgers the other day. Devin, our merchandise manager, who runs our team stores, and I were all over Morgan Square. We came in with a box of these schedules, and people at the AC said, hey, we already have them. We've got a supply to last us for weeks. So you guys are ahead of the curve.
We are trying to stay ahead of the curve. We have guests just asking a million different questions. So we're trying to have as much information as we possibly can and really just share with them how exciting this is.
2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to Earhart with nobody on 2 outs. Here in the top of the third, 4-1 came in favor of the Spartanburgers. Is there one favorite part about the hotel that you enjoy?
Yeah, something that's unique about our hotel is the local art that we have. So we have a lot of local artists, just kind of as you do in Fifth Third Park and with the Spartanburgers, just celebrating the localness of Spartanburg and how wonderful we have our people here.
Well, David Davalio strikes out Earhart to end the inning. Sarah, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you, guys. It was fun.
Sarah Kimes-Dallard with the AC Hotel out behind the left field wall joins us here in the top of the third. Halfway through 3, and it's 4-1 Hub City here on Fox Sports Spartanburg and the Spartanburgers Radio Network. Middle of the order, 2 up for Hub City. Casey Cook leads things off. Still Valera out there on the mound in a 4-1 Hub City lead. His first pitch, check swing, and Cook cannot lay it off. That's strike 1. Let's see how the young 18-year-old responds after a couple rocky innings. He skips one in the dirt. Ball and a strike. 1 in the first, 3 in the second for Hub City. A host of base knocks. 1-1. Skips out. Flicked back to the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To Cook. Swing and a miss. Went right over the top of the sweeper down and in. Second strikeout tonight for Valera. Later Figueiredo to the plate. Probably the best crowd we've seen on the Spartanburg Community College berm so far this year, Ian. They keep funneling out there the pitch. Down and in. I think frankly, there's more territory taken up by blankets right now than leftover grass to put them on. Good pitch. Up and away, 2-0.
And it's all families, too. That's the best part of it. You've got kids, you've got parents, probably some relatives mixing in from all over the upstate.
2-0. Catches apiece. Outside Black to the lefty Figueroa. Hopefully they're all set in for the night, ready to see some fireworks after the finish as well. 2-1 pitch. Hey, and a miss. Chased after the changeup down in the dirt.
But the berm crowd right now is a result of the Spartanburgers' drive to make baseball accessible for everyone in this community. Tickets start at $5. Get your family in for under 30. Why not on a Friday?
2-2. Cut and a miss. A couple of strikeouts here as Valera bounces back for 2 straight outs to start the third.
It's a 93-mile-an-hour changeup.
Casual.
Valera's delivery is not high effort.
No, it looks quite easy out there what he's doing, and it's not. The pitch. Outside.
Until that front leg goes forward, it's smooth as a whistle.
A lot of guys that you see. 1-0. Not close. Throwing 97, 98, getting up to 100. There's plenty of arms that you see and you say they are throwing max effort every single pitch to get there, and it just doesn't look like that when you're watching Valera. 2-0. Popped up. First base side of second. Back onto the outfield grass. The second baseman, De Leon, puts it away. And it's a 1-2-3. Bottom of the third inning for Juan Valera. After a couple of shaky first and second innings, now he's settled into a groove. And we're through 3 in a 4-1 Hub City lead. Top of the fourth next here on the Spartanburgers Radio Network.
Did you ever hear the story of the cat, the paper?
Spartanburgers merchandise. Visit the team store at Fifth Third Park or visit the online store at HubCitySpartanburgers.com. Now back to the game.
Headed to the top of the fourth, Andrew Setliver and Ian Unsworth with you. 4-1 in favor of the hosts, the Spartanburgers. And here's Ian for the play-by-play.
Thank you, Andrew. David Davalillo kicks and deals, draws a swing and miss for Brooks Brannon. 3-4-5 scheduled to hit against the righty from Venezuela. He was allowed a hit in each of his first 3 innings, but only ceded 1 run in the top of the third. Chances are Albert Ruiz doesn't score if Davalillo doesn't throw 2 wild pitches. 4-1 ball game. Hub City in front. The offering. Topsy-turvy curve called a strike. No balls, 2 strikes to Brannon. Davalillo breaking out the 12-6 for the first time tonight. Brannon struck out looking his first time up. Davalillo, a deep breath in the pitch. Just above the zone. Very close from David Davalillo. 4 Ks tonight already. Matches his tally from opening night in Aberdeen. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Splitter falls off the table, and Brandon waves over it for the first out at the top of the 4th.
It's one of the first splitters that we've seen today from Davalillo. Not his main go-to pitch, but second time through the order, that can become important as a starter.
First offering to Alcantara. Taken on the outside edge for strike 1. Davalillo starting to diversify the arsenal second time through.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, he's around 40 pitches, and, you know, you could count the splitters on one hand probably so far tonight.
And you can count the curveballs, too. Davalillo just threw his 44th to Alcantara. Slider low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike for the Greenville shortstop. Right on right matchup. The pitch. Fastball a little bit off the black. 2-1 to Alcantara. Coming into tonight, Marvin Alcantara, 3rd in the South Atlantic League in batting average, hitting .367. 2-1. Chop foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He was no match for Davalillo in the first. Went down swinging. Julian Rock finished off the strikeout with a 2-3. Davalillo shaking off a couple sides, now nods to his catcher, who sets up knee high. 2-2. Off speed, bounce to 3rd. 2 big hops. Mejia fields belt high, throws across, not in time. Diesla went into a full split, but couldn't grab it. Alcantara got there just a hair before.
Couple of good charging plays at 3rd from Mejia already tonight. Bang, bang. Close play.
4th hit in 4 innings for the drive. Man on first, 1 out. The catcher, DH, Hudson White steps in. First pitch. Just below the knees for ball 1. Davalillo digging into his 5-pitch arsenal. All he needed first time through was the fastball and the slider. He's set. Alcantara hitching off first. Long pause and the pitch. Sinker draws a swing and miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Starting to lengthen for Davalillo as he digs into his 4th start. Mentioned that opening night appearance in Aberdeen. He only threw 45 pitches. Pick over to first. Snappy throw, but Alcantara's there safe. See that a lot with the prized starters throughout organizations. Keep the lead short early on. Develop comfortability in game situations. Another throw over. This one even quicker. Alcantara dives in safe. Easily slapped the tag on the runner's right hand. No avail. Up across, arms outstretched. Keeps Alcantara at first. 1-1. Davalillo. The kick and the pitch. Foul tip. Strike 2. Sinker running in on the hands of the right-handed hitter Hudson White. White down looking for Davalillo's 3rd K in a row to start the 2nd. Strikeout numbers multiplying ever since that first appearance. 6 against Wilmington, then 9 against Bowling Green last time out. Davalillo, the 1-2 pitch. Dives into the dirt. Rock stops between the knees, keeps Alcantara at first. 4-1 Hub City lead in the top of the 4th. 1 out, and strikeout. Davalillo, the South Atlantic League Pitcher of the Week last week. Another throw over, that's a balk. Davalillo threw over for a 3rd time, did not get Alcantara out. That means the base runner advances to 2nd.
You think he lost count, or you think he knew what he was risking there?
Not sure. White choked up, 2-2 pitch. Fastball fouled back just to our left at the top edge of the netting behind home plate. shift the pitch counter from the left hand to the right. Make the glove hand is accessible. Davalillo, fresh baseball. Stares at second. Now the 2-2. Check swing. Yes. No, he did not go around. Gustavo Garza, the home plate umpire, popped out of his crouch, then pointed at the field up for an appeal. White stays alive by the hairs of his chin. Nasty slider from Davalillo. Dive bombed into the dirt. So full count to White, man on second. The pitch bounces home, and White walks. All fell apart for Davalillo after the balk on the third pickoff attempt. Runners on first and second. One out, top of the fourth for Andy Lugo. Little dribbler. Ground ball single in Lugo's first at bat. Shallow chop to the third. Pitch home. Righty strokes a deep fly ball to right field. Jones on a jog, settles towards the foul line, makes the catch on the chalk. Runner taps from second. Throw cut off by the shortstop Hardy. Alcantara advances to third. White stays put at first. 2 outs. Runners on the corners. Hub City still up 3.
Big spot here for Davalillo. 4-1 feels a bit different than 4-2, so I'd like to get out of this jam after you gave up 1 in the third. Thanks to a couple of errant pitches on a wild pitch and a pass ball that really cost himself a run.
Meeting on the mound, Julian Brock is leading the discussion between Davalillo, Diesley, Casey Cook, and Theo Hardy, who have all joined in on proceedings.
I have to imagine this is, again, a defensive conversation on how to handle first and third. Because we've seen a number of times in this series both teams try it. And with the batter at the plate for the visiting Greenville Drive, the 7-hole hitter Colby Johnson, maybe a spot where Greenville would try something.
Johnson 6 for 31 in the year. Right on right. Davalillo from the stretch deals. Fastball down the middle, strike 1. White not apt to run off first. Has not stolen a bag, has not tried this season. Alcantara on third is shifty. Pitch, swing and a miss. Long one-handed finish as Johnson couldn't touch a breaking ball.
Probably even more likely with 2 strikes to see something happen on the base paths. But at this spot, I think if you're Brock, you let your pitcher focus on the batter and don't worry about that runner over at first.
Johnson takes time. Davalillo already staring him down. Righty set. And the 0-2. Into the dirt. Backhand stab from Brock. Keeps it there. Usually the signs come from the third base coach, Liam Carroll. Drive manager keeps his hands at his sides. And all indications are Johnson will swing away. 4-1 ball game. 1-2, 2 outs. Runners on the corners as Davalillo deals. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Johnson fans on a splitter on the outside edge. Davalillo's second K of the inning, strands 2 on the base paths. Hub City 4, Greenville 1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th at Fifth Third Park. Spartanburgers Radio Network.
This summer, we're going from minor league baseball to major fun. Whether you're just stopping by or looking for that Grand Slam getaway, Wyndham rewards everyone. Start earning points.
Fifth Third Park. Juan Valera fires. Esteban Mejia lines the first pitch to left, but Colby Johnson's all over it for the first out. Theo Hardy coming up as the Spartanburgers have put up 4 runs on 7 hits against Juan Valera, whose pitches live above the speed limit. 95 to 100 where he lives with the fastball. Valera in the second got tagged around. Gave up 3 runs on 4 hits. All of them came with 2 outs. The pitch. Picks the outside corner to the left-handed hitter, Theo Hardy. Hardy got that rally started in the second. His single led to a string of hits from Dryling, Gutierrez, and Jones. Just Theo Hardy's 3rd hit of the year, but a big one to spark a push. 0-1. Grounded hard, but foul down the first base line. Feliz took a quick step towards the chalk. Not sure if he would have gotten there. Hardy, no batting gloves, no undershirt. Steps back in. Waits the 0-2. Golfs it to shallow left. Johnson sprinting in. Outstretched arms, he makes the catch. Waved off the infielders at the last moment, then pulled up to secure the second out at the bottom of the 4th. Third time through the Burger order. Dylan Dryling stepping in. Dryling lashed to double to right center in the second. Scored Hardy all the way from first. Put Hub City ahead 2-0. He would score on Gutierrez's single. First pitch to the lefty. Taken at the knees for a strike. Fastball ticks down just a little bit for Valera. The bottom of the 4th at 96. The righty's 0-1. Foul back. Dryling right on time for another heater. Valera getting deeper into the outing. Not showing many signs of tiring yet. Way ahead 0-2. Already staring down his catcher, Brooks Brannon. Dryling took his batter timeout. Slow step into the lefty box. The 0-2 pitch. Jets outside. Valera threw 68 in his last time out. Made it through 4 2/3. Andrew detailed it for 7 early runs on the line. 1-2. Dryling lines it into right. Takes 2 hops in front of Taylor. Base knock number 2 for Dylan Dryling. In 4 innings already. For Dylan Dryling after missing Sunday's game and then Tuesday's game. That's 7 hits over his last 3 games. Really impressive stuff from the Rangers' 2nd-round draft pick last year. Right on time with a changeup at the bottom of the zone. Gutierrez 2 for 2. Single in the first and a single in the second. Right on right, Valera fires. Gutierrez taps a chopper in front of the plate. Valera off the hill to grab it, whips it over to first, and ends the inning. 2-out knock for Dryling, who continues to swing a sizzling stick, but Valera dispatches at the bottom of the 4th. Still 4-1, Hub City, after 4 innings at Fifth Third Park. Will return for the 5th in just a moment on the Spartanburgers Radio Network.
This summer, we're going from
Milliken Club, or AFL Dugout Lounge. For more information, visit FifthThirdPark.com. Now back to Spartanburgers baseball.
David Davalillo pitching with the lead in the top of the fifth. Hub City up 4-1 on Greenville. Davalillo right on right, the dealing hole. Albert Feliz takes in the dirt. 8-9-1 due up for the drive. Feliz, then De Leon, and Nelly Taylor. Davalillo at 59 pitches through 4 frames. He's got 6 strikeouts. He's given up 4 hits. Next one stroked through the right side, and it scoots into right for a base hit. 5 hits in 5 innings for the Greenville drive. Just 1 run across. Davalillo has not looked perturbed with base runners. Greenville also hasn't put him in motion. Drive staying rather conservative on the base paths and letting everyone 1 through 9 in the order swing away. Remy De Leon, the 9-hole hitter. Right on right, pitch. Soft stuff, just a little bit outside. And you'll let De Leon swing away. He's 3 for 37 on the year. Davalillo set, and the 1-0. Fastball bounced in front of the plate. Davalillo charges, it skips away from him. He underhands it to first, and just in time, Diesler gloves it. Davalillo, for just a second, peeked towards the base runner and lost the baseball as it came down. It settled at his feet, he barehanded it and shoved it over to first in time. Feliz advances to second. 1 out, top of the order, and Nelly Taylor coming up. Only lefty in the Greenville order tonight. Taylor, right fielder. First pitch. Off speed, dives into the dirt. 11 hits on the year for Nelly Taylor. Chico draft pick back in 2023. Davalillo, a deep breath in the pitch. Brock can't frame a fastball shin high. Former high school basketball star, Nelly Taylor. And yeah, just 5'11", 180, but he was quick with the rock. He could shoot it. The 2-0 pitch. The ball drops below the zone. Michael Cross, field umpire, says Taylor held up. 3 balls, no strikes. Taylor had his future in mind out of high school. Instead of going to play college basketball, he chose baseball instead because he wanted the opportunity to play professionally. He takes just below the knees. Davalillo into a squat. He wasn't happy with that call. Quietly expressing his emotions as Taylor jogs to first with a 1-out walk. Davalillo didn't say anything, but the body language clearly expressed his frustration. That brings Thomas St. Clair out of the first base dugout for the Mountains. Got a chance to chat with the pitching coach for the Spartanburgers before the game and ask him about the art of the mound visit. What do you say to a guy when he's frustrated or when he's struggling? First thing St. Clair will always ask his pitcher is, what are you thinking? What's going through your head right now? How can we change that and get you back on the right track? Look out there now. St. Clair has both hands on Davalillo's shoulders, trying to get him some confidence. A couple pats on the back as the pitching coach departs and the infield disperses back to their spots. 4-1 ball game. Hub City leads at the top of the fifth. Spartanburgers with a run in the first, 3 in the second. Got on the scoreboard in the top of the third.
Clearly a little frustrated out there. Diesel gave him a bit of a hug before he left the mound as well.
First pitch to Earhart. At the knees. Davalillo gets this call. Strike 1.
It goes a little bit back to what Chad Comer talked to us about last night's starter, Josh, trying to do along with Davalillo and just that competitive fire.
The 0-1 home. Skips away from Brock, rolls to the backstop. Both runners advance. Feliz at third, Taylor at second. Davalillo's second wild pitch. You can tell that David Davalillo is intent on throwing every single pitch with the utmost concentration and intensity he can possibly find. He will stare into a hitter's soul before the 1-1, which draws a swing and miss from Earhart. Splitter at the knees makes it a ball and 2 strikes to the Greenville center fielder. Davalillo is ready to go before the hitter even steps in the box most of the time. Pitch clock at 5, the deep breath, the 1-2, in the dirt. Brock with a big chest stop. Knees, hands on hips at third. Taylor, a great runner, gets his lead off second. Infield plays back, outfield shifted to the opposite field for the righty Earhart. 2-2. Check swing, he went around. Brock will pick it up, toss to first, and retire Earhart. A big second out is David Davalillo's 7th strikeout. With every Spartanburger strikeouts, Ingles Markets makes a donation to strikeout hunger. Ingles, low prices, love the savings. Another one of those splitters that Davalillo's honed in on as his strikeout pitch tonight. 2 outs, here's Brooks Brannon. Right on right. The first pitch. Off speed, grounded to third. Mejia charges, picks it off his shoe tops, throws a laser to first, and Diesla catches to retire the side. Davalillo strands 2. A hit and a walk in the top of the 5th, but it's still Hub City 4, Greenville 1. On the Spartanburgers Radio Network.
This summer, we're going from minor league baseball to major fun. Whether you're just stopping by or looking for that grand slam getaway, Wyndham rewards everyone. Start earning points on your next qualified Wyndham hotel stay and redeem them for minor league baseball tickets and experiences all summer long. Not a Wyndham Rewards member? Dare for free at WyndhamRewards.com. Restrictions apply. Visit WyndhamRewards.com for more details.
Interested in making a trip to the ballpark or weekly courts? Check out the Spartanburgers season ticket memberships. For under $200, you can choose from 3 different 12-game packages. The Friday Fireworks package gets you into every Friday night fireworks show at 5th or Meanwhile, the 4-weekender plans offer tons of variety. Quarter season memberships include a 10-store discount and plenty of other perks. Make the pack that's best for you. Visit HubCitySpartanburgers.com.
Did you know that Ingles sells more organics than any other store? Or that they run their own dairy? Or that they only serve USDA choice and fine meat? Did you know that they have more local craft beer than any place else? Or that they have energy smart stores? Or that they professionally slice and package imported cheese with Europe? Did you know about their giant international line, local farm partnerships, curbside pickup, and wine department? Or that they donate 3,956 meals a day to local food banks? How know you do it? It's all in the bag. Ingles, low prices, like the savings.
Pitching change for the Drive to start the bottom of the 5th. Trailing 4-1, Liam Carroll calls on the lefty, Jojo Ingracia. Going from one top prospect to another. Jojo Ingracia ranks 29th in the Red Sox system by MLB Pipeline. 22-year-old delivers to Keith Jones. Left-handed hitter takes outside. This is Californian on Californian. As the 6'1", 170-pound lefty gets the side. Winds and delivers. 1-0 even further outside of the zone to Keith Jones. Gracia takes over for Juan Valera. His fastball flash, but the Spartanburgers eventually dashed him from the game. 2-0 up and into Jones. Way ahead. Valera got tagged early, settled in for scoreless 3rd and 4th innings. Right now, he's charted with 4 earned runs. 3-0 pitch. Not even, oh wow. Jones was halfway to first, and Gustavo Garza called him back. Kept the bat in his hands, but Jones has to settle back in. 3-1, the offering. Off speed for strike 2. Gracia snaps off a sweeper. Fastball gets up to 95, so a fast velocity difference from Valera. 3-2. Inside, and that is ball 4. No argument there from either catcher or pitcher as Jones trots to first. On for the second time tonight. Third to count the fielder's choice at first. Arturo Diesla 1 for 2 with a single against Valera. Steps in against the lefty Jojo Ingracia, who fires. Diesla fouls a fastball to the netting. This is the 4th appearance for the year for Jojo Ingracia. All have come out of the bullpen. 13 innings on the line, 4 earned runs. His 0-1. Dives low and inside, doesn't hit Diesla. Almost got away from Brannon. Nice stop from the Greenville catcher to keep Jones at first. 1-1 count, no outs. Hub City 4, Greenville 1. Gracia has 19 strikeouts to just 2 walks on the year. The Jones walk is 3rd. Pitch tap foul. Diesla, which is becoming his trademark, loses the thumb guard. Has to go get it. This is almost a way of buying a timeout without calling a batter timeout. Just fling your equipment everywhere every swing. Down the count, the ball and 2 strikes. Diesla digs back in. A shade over 260. Jones off first. The 1-2 pitch. Belted deep into left center field. Johnson on the run. He looks up. It's gone! The Buffalo sends it onto the berm. The Spartanburgers lead 6-1. Diesla's 3rd home run of the year. Gracia has only faced 2 batters, and he's given up home run number 3 on the season. Diesla dons the burger hat as he walks through a high-five tunnel in the first base dugout. The first pitch to Casey Cook. Lefty takes on the outside corner for strike 1. If the crowd wasn't fired up already, now they are. Takes below the knees, a ball and a strike. We expected a great turnout, and we got it. Stands around the park are full, as well as the concourse. And the berm had a bunch of piranhas wanting that home run ball. Ball and 2 strikes to Cook. He just took a slider. Gracia ahead with the bases clear. And no outs. The 1-2. Ball's over, off speed, it's foul. Diesla took it 111 miles an hour off the bat, 425 feet. The 1-2, skips home, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Launch angle 20 degrees too, so that thing was a missile.
That's a long way. We're getting that baseball.
Diesla makes a big ballpark look miniature. 2-2. Bounced foul. Cook stays alive. We knew Diesla had plenty of juice coming in. 19 home runs last year between low and high A. It took him getting to the home ballpark to unleash it. He's quickly become a fan favorite because of swings like that. Even if he doesn't make contact, he draws oohs and ahs. Pitch home. Cook spoils off speed, stays alive. Seven pitches to Casey Cook as Ingracia dives headfirst into rocky waters. 2-2 home. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fastball top shelf, Cook a little late. But all things considered, the Spartanburgers have started strong against the lefty reliever, who's coming off a great outing. After Valera gave up those 7 against the Dash last Saturday, Ingracia threw 5 1/3 scoreless. They will Figueroa with a first pitch swing. It's a chopper off his foot. No balls and a strike to the DH.
So far, so good for the Hub City offense. They've hit a lot of baseballs hard today.
0-1. Grounded up the middle. Rather soft. De Leon, backhand, pump fakes, throws. He got him. And hear how the crowd feels about that one. Not a comfortable play for De Leon as Figueroa hit a soft ground ball to the right side of the infield. Second baseman charged. After one attempt, threw it on the second try. It was bang-bang at first. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. In steps Julian Brock. The pitch. Below the knees for ball 1.
Calls that don't go Hub City's way are a good sign of how into the game the fans here are, because go to some minor league parks.
1-0 popped up behind home plate. It's out of play.
Maybe the fans aren't that engaged in the result of the game and more so just there to enjoy the day at the ballpark. But here at Fifth Third Park to start the year, you're getting boos if you make close calls that don't go the way of the home team.
Brock chops the 1-1 to short. Alcantara on the cards, fields chest high, throws low, but Feliz digs it out. Arturo Diesla with his 3rd blast of the year puts Hub City up 6-1. He scored Keith Jones as well, and the Spartanburgers lead by 5 after 5 at Fifth Third Park on the Spartanburgers Radio Network.
Hub City Spartanburgers baseball is Fox Sports Spartanburg 98.3 FM. Listen live from around the world by downloading the Fox Sports Spartanburg app.
AFL call to the bullpen for Hub City. Leading 6-1 in the top of the 6th. Adonis Villavicencio in the game. Fires a first pitch fastball that sneaks into center field. Past the dive of Theo Hardy. Miguel Alcantara has a hit. Second and 2 ABs for the Greenville shortstop. David Davalillo leaves in line for the win. And in steps Villavicencio. Another Venezuelan righty who on the season has a 3.86 ERA through 5 games. He checks first, comes set, as Alcantara gets his lead. The pitch. Taken, knee high for strike 1. Hudson White, the designated hitter in the right-handed batter's box. Villavicencio works quickly. His pitch. Floating off speed, a little bit outside. Main pitch for Villavicencio is the sinker. Work with a sinker, slider, splitter combo. 1-1. Way inside and clipped a piece of White. That was the straight 4-seam. White took it off the elbow guard. First 2 to face Villavicencio out of the Hub City pen have reached. Andy Lugo coming up next. He's the 6-hole hitter in the order, and he's 1 for 2. The pitch. Righty grounds it through the 5-6 hole into left. Alcantara gets the wave around second, throw cut off, and he slides in safe. Greenville gets one back. After Diesel's 2-run bomb in the 5th, Greenville cuts that in half. Now 6-2, Spartanburgers in front after Lugo RBI single. White advanced to second. 3 batters for Villavicencio, no outs. In steps Colby Johnson. 0 for 2 thus far, strikeout, and a 6-4-3 double play. Right on right, pitch. Stroke foul down the first baseline. Man, Greenville is ready for Villavicencio.
Everything hit hard here. First arm out of the bullpen, and balls that have been put in play are smoked.
Getting deeper into the series, which means relievers are pitching for a second time. Villavicencio delivers. 0-1, fouled off. 4 balls and 2 strikes. 2 on and no outs. Villavicencio came in on Wednesday, the first man out of the bullpen to relieve Colton Curtis. He tossed an inning and a third scoreless. Time call for behind the plate. A trio of Spartanburgers out of the first base dugout. First it's Chad Comer, then it's Thomas St. Clair, the pitching coach, and Kylie Brown, the athletic trainer as well. Doesn't look like Villavicencio has been laboring on the mound, but clearly the Spartanburgers coaching staff senses something isn't right. Villavicencio has warded them all off. Spartanburgers brass back to the first base dugout. Decent the last to leave the mound. Rock behind the plate. Whatever they thought was wrong, Adonis Villavicencio was having none of it. Back on the hill to face Johnson. Right-handed hitting left fielder. Waits the 0-2. Here it comes. Fastball just below the knees. Villavicencio not a high strikeout pitcher. Just 3 on the season. His 1-2 draws a swing and miss. Took 20 miles off the breaking ball and spun it towards the outside corner. Johnson down swinging for the second time tonight. Davalillo finished with 7 Ks. There's Villavicencio's first. Quell the Greenville momentum in the top of the 6th. Drive down 4 as Feliz steps in. Right on right, pitch. Sinker for strike 1. Feliz came into the night with just 2 hits, but he's 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Both off Davalillo. 0-1. Feliz holds back, away from off speed. Ball and a strike to the first baseman.
Wasn't quite as dominant tonight from Davalillo from what we saw last time out. He gave up a hit in every inning he pitched in. Worked around it pretty well, though. He stranded 2 on base in each of his last 2 innings of work. He left 5 out there total, so I'm sure he's pretty happy. Didn't have maybe his A++ stuff.
Pitch. Low and outside. 2 balls and a strike to Feliz.
And on nights where you maybe don't have 100% to go 7 Ks, give up just 1 run in 5 innings, that's pretty darn good.
Villavicencio a check of second. He deals home. Feliz chops it foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And it'll only be the little things that Davalillo will watch back and hope to improve on. A walk in the 4th, walk in the 5th. Didn't amount to anything. And also a slight mental error where he picked over to first for a 3rd time and balked. Moved Alcantara up to second. The 2-2. Cut and a miss. Strike 3. Villavicencio back to the well with another frisbee slider. 2 strikeouts in a row. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Greenville still threatening. At the bottom of the order, Remy De Leon at bat. Villavicencio fires. Swerving slider outside for ball 1.
Feels like things are almost in slow motion on some of these sliders. You just see the last-minute attempt to try and hold up the bats, and they're just waving through there like a wand.
1-0. Swing and a miss. Well, when the slider's at 77 and the fastball's at 95, that's a big adjustment.
It is, and that's why you see so many silly swings that are expecting fastball and getting off speed.
Villavicencio delivers. Hack and a miss. Ball and 2 strikes. I think De Leon might have caught a piece of Julian Rock with the backswing as well. Hitter takes time. Rock given an extra second to shake out any knocks. Back to play we go. White on second, Lugo on first. 2 outs. Ball and 2 strikes as Villavicencio deals. Went for that 3rd strikeout with the slider. Didn't draw a swing from De Leon. Greenville already with a run across. Lugo singled in Alcantara to start the top of the 6th. Villavicencio battling back. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball line to left. Drotling's got a beat on it. Catches head high and ends the frame. Greenville gets a run across on 2 hits, but Villavicencio limits the damage. After 5.5 at Fifth Third Park, it's 6-2. Hub City in front on the Spartanburgers Radio Network.
It's not too late to get season tickets for the inaugural season at Fifth Third Park now, and enjoy discounts at the team store along with access to member-only events. Choose from one of our half-season memberships to get you into 33 home games from Hub City. For more on becoming a season ticket member with the Spartanburgers, email us at tickets@hcspartanburgers.com or visit our website, hubcityspartanburgers.com.
Hey fans, catch the excitement of minor league baseball with
First pitch fastball up and away, and Mejia was ready for it from the lefty Jojo Ingracia. In a stinger towards Taylor, who could only slide and stop it. Mejia took the opportunity to stretch it into a double. Great base running from Esteban Mejia. His 2nd hit in his return to high A.
Clearly beat the baseball there. I think the biggest concern was that he was over-sliding the bat.
Mejia dancing off second. The pitch home. Marty takes at the knees for strike 1. Mejia slid feet first and didn't clip the bag with either of his white cleats.
Yeah, and he didn't exactly slide in at a great angle. He wasn't getting 100% of the mass of the bag there to stop it.
The 0-1. Skips in the dirt. Ran it with a chest stop.
kind of angled off the corner of that bag, and so he was just left with that hand to kind of hold on at the bag. I don't know. I thought if the tag stayed on him for the whole time that he probably was off the bag at some point.
1-1. Golf swing and a miss from Hardy. Ball and 2 strikes. Most importantly, Michael Cross didn't see it that way.
Yep.
So Mejia's on second to start the bottom of the 6th. And Gracia got into immediate danger in the bottom of the 5th. Gave up a 2-run blast to Arturo Disla. Hardy ready, the 1-2. He reaches out, pokes a fly ball, foul.
If Esteban gets to the big leagues, might have to be a little more careful. They can go frame by frame and see everything on the video review.
Well, with all those reviews, if you slow it down enough, it'll change your viewpoint regardless of what you thought beforehand. 1-2 to Hardy. Softly tapped to third. Mejia watches the third baseman Lugo pick it up and throw to first in time. Hardy out for the first out. Bottom of the 6th. Esteban Mejia was slowly inching off second, but decided to stay put.
Are you anti-review then, based on that last game?
I'm not anti-review. I just watched so many March Madness games that took about 3 hours.
Because that last 2 minutes of the game takes 30 minutes, right?
Left on left, pitch to Dreiling. Up and in, called strike 1. His Tennessee Volunteers made a run. Ultimately fell to Houston. They want to review every single out-of-bounds call. And that's what's really tough. 0-1, left on left. Just below the knees to Dreiling. Checks with the home plate on Gustavo Garza. We do not have the privilege of replay in high A baseball, for any of those wondering.
Maybe a benefit. Keep the game moving.
The 1-1. Mejia takes off. Dreiling swings. Hits a pop-up behind third base. Lugo makes the catch. Mejia has to speed back to second. The throw there is late. Esteban Mejia with an emergency feet first slide that time to beat the throw from third to second. Lugo to De Leon. Mejia put the brakes on 3/4 of the way to third base. First course in the nick of time. 2 outs, a man on second for Anthony Gutierrez. Right-handed hitting center fielder, 2 for 3. Lefty and Gracia hears at second, turns his gaze home and fires. A strike at the knees. Gutierrez taking all the way. Gutierrez could certainly be the cause of many high A reviews. His speed to first, to second. The 0-1, wave and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes to Gutierrez, who also has made a couple of diving catches in center field. One last week that was overruled early on in a ball game. Initially called a single, but Gutierrez got the umpires to confer middle of the infield, and they overturned it. 0-2 pitch, wave and a miss, strike 3. Gracia sits down Gutierrez with a changeup and ends the bottom of the 6th. Spartanburgers still lead 6-2. In control is Villavicencio, and it's back to the bump. Defensive 7th for the Spartanburgers when we come back. The Hub City Spartanburgers Radio Network.
We know the type. You like to start early, finish late, make
College for every Thursday home game. Now more Hub City Spartanburgers baseball on Fox Sports Spartanburg.
Adonis Villavicencio dealing in the top of the 7th. His pitch to Nelly Taylor. Bounced down the first base line, but takes a right turn foul. Taylor, Earhart, Granite scheduled to face the Hub City righty. Spartanburgers up 6-2. With a win tonight, Hub City can secure at least a split between the Burgers and Greenville Drive. Most anticipated rivalry in the South Atlantic League this year. Fans have showed up in droves. Tonight, easily a crowd of over 4,000 in the seats. And as Andrew mentioned earlier, on the berm. 0-1. Bounces next to Taylor's red cleats. Ball and a strike. Nelly Taylor's 0 for 2 with a walk. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Taylor wanted extra bases, but couldn't touch a breaking ball. On the season, 5 of his 11 hits are for extra bases. Taylor can find gaps. There are a lot of them in the south field. Once again tonight, 1-2. Being slow and away. Taylor just choked up about 6 inches. See a good chunk of black knob between the batting gloves and the end cap. 2-2. Going outside. Villavicencio looking for that backdoor breaking ball. Righty set. Infield plays the pull. The pitch. Fisted off the hands and it drops into shallow center. Hardy gave chase, but the shortstop had no play. There's Nelly Taylor's 12th hit. 6 are sinkers. Up next, Zach Earhart. Taylor's in right, and Earhart is in center. Right-handed hitter who singled in the first and has struck out twice since. All 3 at-bats against Davalillo. First pitch. Sinking fastball below the knees for ball 1. 5 innings of 1-run ball for David Davalillo. He's in line for the win. Looking for his first of the year. Villavicencio comes home. This is outside. Right on right. Glove to the face. Villavicencio delivers. Tips off the mid of Brock. It's a strike. Taylor has an easy path to second. Didn't look like there was a cross up there.
It must have, because Brock's going out to the mound for a conversation with Villavicencio. And you just imagine that that's not happening if that wasn't a mix-up. And you'd also expect that Brock isn't struggling to catch 91 on the outside corner, unless he thinks something else is coming.
Villavicencio put it there with such certainty, and it wasn't like there were multiple signs put down. He just nodded, came set, and threw it. Two ball, 1 strike count to Earhart. The pitch, up and in. Earhart turns away, saves his bacon. Was not touched by the heater. Tucks the cap of the Navy batting helmet back down and waits the 3-1. Villavicencio comes home. It's off speed. It's ball 4. Pretty similar spot to that 2-0 miscommunication pitch that was called a strike. And it puts Earhart on first and sends Tommy St. Clair out to the mound.
Hasn't come easy so far for Adonis Villavicencio. Not a ton of arms available tonight for Hub City, so they're hoping to get 2 innings out of him, but it's been high-intensity pitches for the most part because he has not gotten outs early in these 2 innings.
Go to himself under pressure. Run on 2 hits, hit batter in the 6th. He almost hit Earhart, walked him instead. Bullpen action for Hub City. Willie and Rory starting to get warm. Spartanburgers have taxed the bullpen this week. Have used at least 3 bullpen arms in every game. Sometimes the plan is to piggyback, but tonight is not one of those nights. You expect David Davalio to give you a solid 5 innings every time. Davalio deals. Brannon takes outside. Brannon struck out twice, 1 backwards, 1 forwards, and is grounded out to 3rd. The 1-0. Shin high. 2 balls, no strikes from Villavicencio. Up 4, Hub City just needs a ground ball. Infield set up to turn 2. Casey Cook pitch towards 2nd. The pitch. Floats outside. 3 balls, no strikes to Brandon. Can't make a mistake. To a 3-hole hitter who can slug it. The pitch. Down the chute. Strike 1. No place for Villavicencio. Brandon did not get the green light. The 3-1. Bounced foul next to the on-deck circle, 3rd base side. Full count to Brandon. 240 hitter coming into tonight. A chance to bring Greenville back into this game with Taylor on 2nd. Earhart on 1st. Both good runners. Full count pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
You want to talk slow-mo slider, baby. 72.
Brandon holds the bat over his head in disgust and slowly trots back to the 3rd base dugout. Cleanup hitter Alcantara steps in. Right on right. The pitch. Fastball grounded to 2nd. Cook backhand flip to 2nd. Hardy throws on the run, and Diesla kept his foot on with a diving catch down the 1st base line to twist 2 and end the top of the 7th. Cook to Hardy to Diesla, who by a spike kept his foot on 1st. Hub City stays in front 6-2 after 6.5. Time for the Spartanburg Regional 7th inning stretch on the Spartanburgers Radio Network. Left-on-left matchup to start the bottom of the 7th. And Gracia to Jones. A strike at the knees. 6-2, Hub City leads. JoJo Ingracia, second time through the order. The lefty winds, comes home. Jones takes a slider in the dirt. Spartanburgers with 4 runs in the first 2 innings against Greenville starter Juan Valera. The 1-1. Peter below the knees. 2 balls and a strike. Valera went 4 innings, allowed 4 earned on 8 hits. Gracia out of the pen, gave up a 2-run bomb to Arturo Diesla. The 2-1 pitch. Jones with a big swing, fouls it off. Puts his palms to the ground, tells himself to calm down. After the 2-run blast, and Gracia got 3 straight outs, lost a scoreless 6th. That's where we are now. The 2-2. Brandon picks it out of the dust. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Greenville, to its credit, has a hit in every inning. Line score for the drive reads 2-8-0. The kick, the 3-2. Jones checks his swing and takes just inside. Late red light from Keith Jones. He works his way to first. 14th walk to lead all Spartanburgers for Keith Jones is the only player with double-digit bases on balls.
Good night for him. He's been on 4 times.
Takes off on the first pitch to Diesla. A fastball high. The throw is in time. Jones can't believe it. De Leon, recovering from the second baseman spot, got the tag on his back. Almost a pitch out of sorts. Brandon, the catcher, was popped out of his crouch, ready to fire. 1-0 to Diesla. Gracia deals, and Diesla strokes a foul. Very close play at second base.
Could have used your video review on it.
That night might not have taken 30 minutes to overtime. Diesla hit a no-doubter in the 5th. Onto the berm for his 3rd homer of the year. 1-1. Diesla reaches out, knocks it foul. For the Spartanburgers, now 9 home runs on the year. All have come at home. The Elks have played 12 consecutive games at Fifth Third Park. All 9 have come at home, and 3 of 9 have come from Diesla. All in 2 strikes. Gracia to the plate. Diesla hits it off the end of the bat and foul. Every Spartanburgers home run brought to you by Spartanburg Community College. Dream it, chase it, and live it. Big righty first baseman takes time. Also has a single in the 1st. He can do that too. Infield plays Diesla deep. Middle infield, heels on the grass. Pitch, shot foul. Diesla not going down easy. 4 straight foul balls. Two innings and change for Ingracia. About to throw pitch number 47. Here it is. 58-footer that Brandon digs out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Greenville over the course of the series has shown a tendency to let its piggyback starters just go. Last night, starter Hayden Mullins went 4. They pieced it together out of the bullpen. But the night before, Max Carlson out of the pen went 3 1/3. The 2-2. Diesla takes high, shoulder width. Full count for the right-handed hitting first baseman. Carlson in those 3 1/3 gave up 5 hits. All scoreless baseball. Huff said he still won 4-3. Full count to Diesla. Lefty fires. Diesla bounces it over the mound. Forehand, glove side stop for De Leon. He throws on the run to first and sits Diesla down. 2 outs in the 7th. Casey Cook coming up. Different ways to manage your bullpen. What it shows on the Greenville side is they have more players who they regard as potential starters down the road, whether it be in the transition up to Portland, maybe even later on in their careers. Cook takes a bender on the outside corner for a strike. He's in dismay because Brandon didn't catch it.
Yeah, we've already seen across 2 home series here at Fifth Third Park some different approaches. Bowling Green certainly takes it differently than these 2 ball clubs.
The pitch. Cook pokes it on the ground to first. Felice fields on the chalk, steps to the bag, and ends the fray. 1-2-3, bottom of the 7th for Gracia. Hub City 6, Greenville 2 on the Spartanburgers Radio Network.
Spartan Waste is the official waste management provider of the Hub City Spartanburgers. Visit Spartanburg-waste.com for more information. Now back to the ballpark for more Spartanburgers baseball.
Top of the 8th at Fifth Third Park. Spartanburgers lead by 4. I'll pass it 1 seat to the right for the play-by-play and Andrew Sullivan.
Let's do it, Ian. Final 2 innings here at Fifth Third Park on Firework Friday night. Packed house witnessing what is a 6-2 Hub City advantage. AFL called to the bullpen to begin the top of the 8th. Anthony Susak lines and fires to 1. First pitch on the outside corner, strike 1. Arizona product, pitching in his 5th game so far this season. Susak cranks it home. Swing and a miss. Dipping below the zone with the slider. A 4-seam fastball and a changeup as well for the righty at 6'3", 215. Up in the count 0-2, Susak with the kick in the deal. Bouncer on the ground over to third. Mejia gobbles it up. One hops it, and Diesla can't quite pick it. He runs it down 10 feet to the right of first base, and that keeps White at first. But he could not quite make up for a low throw from Mejia.
Very tough play for Diesla, falling to the right of the base, lunging towards the ball to get the short hop. Mejia really sold him short.
Imagine that to be an E5, would be the second there of the game on Hub City. Brings up Andy Lugo. 1 on, nobody out. Susak from the stretch. Fouled back. In fact, an error on Mejia. Just a bit too cavalier with that play. On pause, and the 0-1. Half-hearted effort. That's strike 2. Slider down and away from Lugo, and he just finished with a sword there. Couldn't hold up. He's down in the count, down to his final strike. The 0-2 pitch. Lugo cuts and misses. chased again, down in the dirt on the slider. He's down on strikes. There's one out in the eighth.
Andy Lugo's public enemy number one in the Spartanburgers bullpen after the big old bat flip last week. And I'm sure that makes Susak's heart beat.
Brings up Colby Johnson. First pitch to the righty. It's right down the middle. Fastball at 93 from Susak. If you missed it last week, Greenville and Winston-Salem in a close series. Finished with 3 one-run games. 0-1 outside. Saturday night finished in a walk-off in 12 innings, in which Andy Lugo hit the walk-off deep single. Hit it out towards the deepest part of the ballpark, and as soon as he made contact, he launched his bat. The pitch. Downstairs. 2 balls and the strike. I'm not talking like 15 feet. I'm talking 50 feet up over the net.
This was the Jose Bautista playoff bat flip on steroids.
2-1. Upstairs, ball 3. It was so high that they switched the TV broadcast to the home plate camera, which is showing out to center field where the ball was going. And out of nowhere, here comes the bat up into the bottom of your screen. 3-1 from Susak. Skipped it in there. That's ball 4. Pair of base runners with 1 out for Albert Feliz in the 8th hole.
That Lugo bat might have been a problem for planes flying in the area. Seriously, it was helicoptering end over end. And he flung it with 1 hand, too. That's the most impressive part. It wasn't a 2-hand launch. It was 1 hand and a flick of the wrist.
Right on right for Feliz. Tying run on deck here in the 8th. The pitch. Slapped high in the air down the right field line. Jones gives it a chase. He's at the chalk, and he makes the jumping grab. Throws a heated missile over to third, and that keeps the runners at bay. That is a cannon on a dot.
This crowd knows baseball, too.
That'll get you drafted in the NFL draft right there. My goodness, he put it right into the hands of Esteban Mejia.
When the crowd is oohing and on like that, Keith Jones deserves kudos.
So it's still White at second and Johnson at first. Framey De Leon in the 9th hole from the right side. Susak trying to hang another 0 up there here in the 8th. The pitch bounces in. In this day and age, not much in sports goes unseen by the public eye, especially in the minor leagues. Every game broadcasted now. So you know that when a bat flip goes 50 feet, it's going to make its way to social media. The pitch. Fisted back foul. And it did. And it did. And that's why the Hub City bullpen has seen it. And why they're all in on striking out Andy Lugo whenever they face him. Pitchers don't like bat flips. One. Slapped foul. Again in on the hands at 93. And Anthony Susak is 1 strike away from ending the top game.
And I love how the Spartanburgers bullpen just took offense for the dash. And why not? Yep. You do it against 1 pitcher, it's a shame on every pitcher.
6-2 Hub City, top of the 8th. 2 on and 2 out. Susak ready. Here's the 1-2. Bounced on the ground to third. Mejia takes it, and he runs to third base himself. He'll beat White there, and that ends the top of the 8th. No runs, no hits, an error, and 2 left on for Greenville. Halfway through 8. Hub City's up 6-2 here on the Spartanburgers Radio Network at Fifth Third Park. Bottom of the 8th here at Fifth Third Park. Later, Figueroa leads things off for Hub City. Possible last time to the plate for the Hub City Bats. The pitch. Bounced foul at the plate. Burgers up 6-2 here in the bottom of the 8th, trying to bounce back after a 6-3 loss a night ago. Win would move Hub City to 3-1 in this series. The pitch. Hit on the ground over to second. Easy enough for De Leon, and he slings it sidearm for the first out over to first. Still Jojo Ingracia on the mound for Greenville. His 4th inning of work. Could be another night of just 2 pitchers used for this Greenville staff. Julian Brock next to the dish. 0 for 3 night for the catcher. The pitch. Up and away. At minimum, a 4-run advantage headed to the 9th for Hub City. We'll see if it's Susak again to try and slam the door. The pitch. Lead on this. Chased high. Pretty clean 8th inning after an error from Esteban Mejia and 1 walk. Susak worked around it. Comfortable enough. 1-1. Hack and miss. Dipping changeup off the outside corner. Ingracia has done his job since he came in after he gave up that home run to Diesel. 1-2. Bounced on the ground to third. Backhand glove stopped by Lugo. Long throw, and it's just in time. 2 up, 2 down on a couple infield bouncers. Brings up Mejia. Ingracia replaced Valera, 18-year-old high prospect for the Drive, who went the first 4 innings, gave up 4 runs on 8 hits. First pitch, Mejia takes just outside. First 2 batters for Ingracia in the 5th. A walk to Jones and a moonshot blast from Diesel to left. 425 off the bat. Mejia fights it off on the outer half. Ball and a strike. Since then, nothing doing against Ingracia for the Burgers. The pitch. Another bouncer, this time to short. Wearing out the infield. Alcantara with the play. And that's 3 up, 3 down. 4-3, 5-3, and 6-3 groundouts for Figueroa, Brock, and Mejia. Easy work in the 8th for Ingracia. Time for Hub City to try and win it in the 9th. We'll see if it's Susak or someone else to try and slam the door. 6-2 headed to the top of the 9th here on the Spartanburgers Radio Network.
enjoy games. Now back to the ballpark in Spartanburgers baseball.
Back here at Fifth Third Park. Top of the ninth. Hub City trying to slam the door on Greenville and move to 3-1 in this first ever series in the I-85 rivalry. Top of the order for Greenville against a new pitcher, William Bormion, and his first pitch. Oh, wait, miss. Helmet coming off of Nellie Taylor. Taylor wanted to make his name known with that swing. 0-1. Slap back foul. Quickly 0-2. He was hunting the fences here on Taylor Swift's night at the ballpark.
Wanted a 4-run. Nobody on base.
That's what it'll take to extend this game for Greenville. 6-2 in the top of the ninth. Hub City on top. 1 in the first, 3 in the second, and 2 more in the fifth for the Burgers. 0-2. Poked back out of play. Bormy the righty. Taylor the lefty at the top of the order. Now they're 0-2. Upstairs, and Taylor just laid off of him. Good start to the year for William Bormy. He winds and fires. Wait, and a miss. Good start to the night as well. He sets down Taylor swinging. Two-year-old from the Dominican out of the windup, facing Earhart pitches and dots the outer black at the knees. Strike 1. 9 innings, just 1 earned run so far for Bormy on the young season. 0-1. Just high. One on the outer half, called strike 2. Earhart moved up into the 2-hole today for the visiting Greenville drive. Night off for Nazan Zanatello and Yaferi Rodriguez, who have been staples at the top of that drive lineup this week. Expect to see them back there tomorrow. The pitch. Dragged outside. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on and 1 away here in the top of the ninth. 6-2 Hub City on Greenville. Bormy with the 2-2. Bounced in there. Couple of strikeouts, a walk, and a single today for Zach Earhart. To the count. Bormy set with the payoff. Sit down. Strike 3 call. Rung him up at the knees, and Earhart is frustrated. He had ditched the bat. He has a few words and a few lasers with his eyes back towards the home plate umpire.
Tough pitch to go down on.
Here's the first pitch to Brannon. Just missed outside. A couple of strikeouts to start the evening for William Bormy, and Hub City's 1 out away from victory. Trying to go back to 3 games above 500. The 1-0. Wave and a miss. Slider that is tough to hit for righties against the righty Bormy. Brandon 0 for 4 today with a trio of strikeouts. He taps the plate and resets from the right-hand batter's box. Wide stance awaits. Swing and a miss. Hub City's one strike away. Crowd of over 4,000 to its feet here at Fifth Third Park. Trying to count down a Hub City win and count down a fireworks show on a Friday night. Bormy with the 1-2. Take a seat. That's strike 3, and that's your ball game. William Bormy strikes out the side in the 9th. Hub City takes down Greenville 6-2. Clean pitching performance tonight. Tavalio into Via Vicencia, Susak, and Bormy with the final 2 innings of clean baseball. And the early offensive onslaught from Hub City was enough.
We expected a pitcher's duel, but Hub City was all over Juan Valera. Gave up 4 runs on 8 hits, 7 of which came in the first 2 innings. Spartanburgers went up with a planned approach, 1 through 9, against the young right-hander and attacked him. They got the better of him when the fastball wasn't there and relied on the defense and the pitching. Started with Davalio to take him the rest of the way.
Davalio was good, not perfect, but he was good enough.
Certainly good enough.
He'll pick up his first win of the season. We'll break it all down on the post-game show coming up after a quick break. Again, the Burgers take down the Drive 6-2 tonight. Move to 11-8 on the season and have at least earned themselves a split of this series. 2 more to go Saturday and Sunday. We'll break down the Friday night win for Hub City after this on the Spartanburgers Radio Network.
Did you know that Ingalls sells more organics than any other store? Or that they run their own dairy? Or that they only serve USDA choice and prime meat? Did you know that they have more local craft beer than any place else? Or that they have Energy Smart stores? Or that they professionally slice and package imported cheese from Europe? Did you know about their giant international aisle, local farm partnerships, curbside pickup, wine department? Or that they donate 3,956 meals a day to local food banks? Well, now you do. It's all in the bag. Ingalls. Low prices. Love the savings.
Set your alarm.
All right, I've added it to reminders.
7 a.m. every weekday. Spartanburg's Best Sports is on Bump and Run, hosted by Tyler Sugar.
That's the guy. That's the hero.
We're talking sports and other stuff. Hear from local high school and college coaches, including USC Upstate, Clemson, and South Carolina. 2 hours to begin your day. The Bump and Run Way, presented by Hawk Law, right here on Fox Sports 98.3 FM.
Did you ever hear the story of the cat, the paper towel roll, and the stove burner that was left on? Well, the pros from Surf Pro did, but it's no surprise you didn't. Because when it comes to fire damage, the cleanup specialists at Surf Pro of Spartanburg know how to make like it never even happened happen. So if unexpected damage ever strikes your home or business, give them a call at 864-576-7499. Surf Pro, cleaning, restoration, construction, independently owned and operated.
Adulting is hard. Paying for college shouldn't be. At Spartanburg Community College, we've worked to provide unlimited access to all of the college's academic programs, meaning we made all of those programs tuition free for those that qualify. That's right, free. You can choose your path at Spartanburg Community College, whether a trade or degree.